Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting. So, from amigurumi to weaving and everything in between, if you like crafting, stick around. Pretty sure we're going to talk about something you like very soon. This is an episode of Coffee with Kim, and it's just a little bit of time to take a break from your day, have a nice cup of coffee or whatever you like to drink, and just chat a little bit, kind of like friends hanging out having a cup of coffee. Sorry, I just hugged my puppy and my nose is a little crazy. So good morning. It is Wednesday morning, halfway through the day. I'm working on a bunch of things as always. I did do my announcement of my book yesterday. Very, very fun stuff. I'm going to try not to say the word exciting too much. But yeah, so that's cool. I'm getting great feedback from family and friends. I'm waiting to see how many subscribers actually check it out. In case you have not heard, it's called Be Creative, and it's an ebook. Right now, I'm working on the paperback, but for right now, it's just an ebook. And it is ready now on Amazon. The link will be below in the description box. So check that out after this. Those of you who watch often know my friend Luba. Well, you don't know her, but you know of her. And the fact that, first of all, how blessed I am to have her in my life. We'll just let that sit there for a minute. She is an amazing human, and I'm very lucky to have her. Anyway, she always sends me these ideas. So I touched a little bit on this on my treasure hunt yesterday, but if you haven't watched it, I'll tell you again. So Luba has been helping me just in general, just helping. And she said something about instead of just the survival kit for crochet survival kit, why not do something like include a stitch in here and include a ball of my yarn in here. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. So my brain, of course, and I said, well, because I was headed out for a treasure hunt. I said, why don't I use little pouches, right? Little pouches that I get from my treasure hunts. And I'm going to make them stitch tutorial pouches. Here's the deal. I'm going to make up a swatch of a certain stitch. This one happens to be half double crochet. Okay, I'm going to make up a swatch of it, and I'm going to put the swatch in there. Okay, and then I'm going to put the same size ball of yarn that I used to make the swatch in there. And I'm going to put the same size hook that I used to make the swatch in there. And then I'm going to put a written pattern in there that tells you exactly how I made the swatch. And I will put them all together, and they will be a stitch tutorial pouch. What do you think? Let me know. I'm going to, I'll make up a few. But then I think I will make them to order. Like, I don't want to make up, 10 of the half double crochets and then have somebody say, hey, can you send me, I want to order the feather stitch. So I think on my Etsy store, I'm going to go ahead and make them to order. So what it's going to be is, it'll be in the customize part. So you can go ahead and say, hey, I would like this stitch, and I will make it up for you. I will give you everything you need to make the size swatch that I made. And along with the written pattern. I love it. I'm very excited about it. I think it's a great idea. And again, with someone like my friend Luba behind me throwing ideas at me, my brain just keeps going, and I love it. So anyway, there it is. I'm going to work on those today. What I have to do is work on the written patterns. very new to me. I've never written one. So we're going to see how they turn out. And then I'm going to put them on my Etsy store. So yeah, that's going to happen. So I was watching Cinnamon Stitches. I'm going to have to CINN. I'll put a link to her in the description box. I was watching, and she's redoing her office, which is what I call my craft room. And of course that sparks me to be like, well, wait a minute. What can I redo in here? So I have this 3-drawer little cabinet. And I want to use, right now I'm not using it because it was on the shelves over there and I moved my Cricut stuff all around. So I have to find a way to incorporate this 3-drawer little cabinet. It's, how tall is it? It is about 14 inches tall. 14 by 14, yeah. So, you know, and about 2 foot and a half, 2 feet deep. So it's a cute little thing. It's got 3 drawers in it. It's heavy, so it's substantial, and I want to use it. I don't want to put it in the basement and have it sit there forever and be forgotten. So I'm sure that a lot of the stuff I have on my desk here could go in the drawers, be, you know, available to me, readily available to me, and I don't have to just have them sitting on my desk. So of course, Cinnamon Stitches is going through how she rearranged everything and this and that. And my brain is like, okay, we're going to do this. And then I turn around and I'm like, I don't know how, but that's my day today. So good thing I have nothing else planned other than the swatches and the laundry. But on my agenda for today, you know, I wrote myself agenda for retirement. On my agenda for today is to clean the craft room. Sorry, I just hit the camera. I was looking for my chapstick. So I'm going to clean the craft room and kick it up a notch. So that's all. I can't help myself. I really can't. So I'm looking at, speaking of stuff on my desk, I'm looking at something on my desk, and you know that Karen sent me these wonderful, wonderful coasters. And I don't use coasters, so I felt bad. I'm like, well, I've got to do something to use them. Well, let me take this stuff out and I'll show you. I changed it. Yesterday I had showed you guys that I put a bottom on it, and now I can use it on my desk. But see in here, you see this? When my daughter was 4, maybe 5 because it was in kindergarten. When my daughter was 5, she made me a caddy for my desk. And she, obviously it's with popsicle sticks. My daughter is 34 now. She'll be 35 this year. So 30 years ago, my daughter made me this. And it's been on every desk I've ever had ever since. And now that I'm retired, I'm like, it's gotta be on my desk. Well, it's been in my car along with a bunch of other stuff from my desk that I don't know what to do with. So I was cleaning out my car and I'm like, okay, I grabbed this and I'm like, this needs to be on my desk. So I combine it. So now I have the bottom. It's been duct taped through the years. I combine that with my coasters, and I'm using it for my scissors and for my Cricut utensils. So that way it's going to last me another billion years because this is going to protect it. I get to use these coasters because I can use this inside. I'm going to put a little hook to hang this up on the side. But there we go. And there it is. So I'm combining 2 things that are very important to me and keeping them on my desk, and I can use them every day. Makes me very happy. What else? So my treasure hunt yesterday was fun. I wasn't actually going to go. I get to the point where I'm into stuff at home and I'm working and I'm doing stuff, and then full disclosure, my Jeep was very low on gas. I would have had to stand out in the weather. Side note, there was no weather, but stand out and pump the gas. There was a wind, and the wind is what annoys. I can stand out in the snow and stuff, but that wind, it gets me. So anyway, I said to myself, get out. So myself listened, and I filled up the car with gas, and I went to the closer. There was another Salvation Army that I wanted to go to. It's a bigger one, and it's got a lot of cooler stuff in there. But I said, you know what? At least I'm going to hop in the car, and I'm going to go to this one. So I did go, and I'm glad I did, because like I said, it was half price day for seniors. They do apologize to you when they tell you it's half price for seniors, and they say anybody over 50. And the girl, she was so cute. She's like, I'm not asking. She goes, if anybody tells me they qualify, I'm just giving it to them. I thought that was funny. I was like, well, that's probably a good call, honey. Sorry, I just realized I left my glue uncovered, and I don't know where the top is. I'm sure I'll find Fritz chewing on it in a little bit, but I don't see it for right now. That's how I find everything plastic. I'm like, where did that go? And then I hear crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. So, so I went to that Salvation Army, and I got some good stuff. I show it on my treasure hunt. That should be, it took a long time to load that, so it should be uploaded right now. So if you want to check that out, it's in my playlist, Treasure Hunts. So I went there. There were a couple of things that I didn't get that I'm kind of kicking myself for, but we'll see. We'll see. And then I went to, there's a place, it's called Captain's Treasures. I love it. It's a bunch of volunteers running this, what size is it? It's about the size of a convenience store. It's not, maybe half the size of a convenience. It's small, but I love it. They've got such cool stuff in there, and their prices are silly. Like this mug, obviously didn't have this on it, but this mug was 25 cents. All mugs all the time are 25 cents. And they got some Disney ones in there. They've got pretty good stuff. And then they've got dishes, all full sets of dishes for like $5. And the reason I bring that up is because for the fair this year, they have a thing that is a table setting. And I've been wanting to do that since the first year I saw it. So I'm going to buy all the dishes. I'm going to take one of my mom's linens for the table cover and the napkins. And I'm going to do brunch with mom as my theme. And I'm going to enter it in the fair. So we shall see. I have a list of things for the fair. I'm very, very excited for the fair. I don't know if it's just because the sun's out now and I'm trying to push the warmer weather, or if I'm just nostalgic for, that's probably it. I'm nostalgic for summer and fair. But then by the time the fair comes, summer's over, so I better be careful, huh? So I was already anticipating some videos I can do from the fair. I'll walk you guys through the whole, it's called the Handmade and Homegrown Barn. I'll walk you guys all through it. So much awesome stuff. I love it. There's nothing like, I spend the day volunteering in there, and I'm still puttering around, looking at everything, looking at how they do their crafts. So maybe I can learn, to do mine a little bit better, you know. So always live and learn, right? Always live and learn. Should I enter this in the fair? Not quite sure what I would call it. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I keep looking at it. I'm like, Who knows? Who knows? So, what am I going to do with this room? So, I think I might move this desk over here. But then I'm going to lose 2 cubbies of my yarn wall. But that's okay because you don't need to deal with this, do you? No. We'll just let that go. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And that's why my attention span isn't that great for this video, because my brain is already off. Ooh, who does that? Stop it. My brain is already off doing this. Speaking of redecorating stuff and redoing stuff, now I push my bed up against the wall. It's tougher to make the bed that way, but it's easier with Fritz that way. I know he won't fall off, whatever. So I push the bed up against the wall, and I have these metal wall hangings that are birds. They're beautiful. I've had them since I was 20. I got them at Pier 1 Imports. That tells you how long ago it's been. And so when I moved in here, now you'll notice anything on my walls is all the command strips. I don't poke holes in my walls. I know it's not a brand new house anymore, but it was just built in 2019. So I don't like jabbing holes in the walls. It's just, that was instilled in me from my dad. Even though we lived in a 100-year-old farmhouse, he hated holes in the wall. And my sisters would pound in nails just to hang up a poster, you know? So that kind of stuck in there. So anyway, I have these pictures up on the wall. And they've been there since 2019. And I was like, wow. Every day I kind of push on them to make sure, because I use the Velcro. Let me show you what I use. Okay. When I tell you I use command strips, I use command strips. So what I hang up all my posters with are these Velcro. And they work really, really good. They hold up to 16 pounds. So what I do is, depending on the size of what I'm hanging up, I'll put 2 or 3, maybe even 4. Now these things are really heavy. So I put 4 on each one. Well, the time came, I got into bed last night and I pulled the blankets over and I hit the wall and I hit one of these pictures and it came down. Thank goodness Fritzy was on the other side of me. He was away from it. He did not get clobbered with this thing. But, so I was like, okay. Well, now of course I'm tired, whatever. So I just pulled it off the bed, set it on the floor. Well, this morning when I got up, I pulled the other one down because I had a pair of them. And now I have to redo that wall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hang those pictures up where if they fall, they're not going to be on my head. I'm going to hang them across the room. And then I'm going to use my Cricut machine to do the permanent vinyl. And I'm going to make wall decals. So my whole room has a bird theme. So I'm going to do the decals. Now, this ties into my mom, because when Mom used to babysit my daughter, she'd see a bunch of birds on a wire and she'd say, bird meeting, bird meeting. So forever and now, anytime I see birds on a wire, I'm like, bird meeting. So I'm going to make those wall decals of birds in a tree and on the wire and stuff like that. So I've got that to do today. But I've got to wash that wall because it's been covered with pictures for 19, 20, 22, 4 years. And look at me putting stuff back. That's what I'm trying to do, put stuff back. Get some of the light from that. So I'm going to go today. Subject change. Sorry, didn't warn you. I'm going to go today and I'm going to mail out my blanket to Crystal over at Bag a Day for her animal auction. We shall see. It's right here. It's all boxed up, ready to go. I'm terrified to send it because, I don't know, you're always afraid of rejection. Sorry. excuse me, you're always afraid of rejection or whatever. And I told her, I said in my card, I said, if it doesn't get any bids, please just give it to your fur babies. Let them sleep on it. Give it to George or Freddie. I can't remember the other dogs' names, but the two old English doodles, they're cute. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to today. The post office opens at 9. That guy's so sweet in there. I love him. So up till now, up till this venture, I'd never stepped foot in that post office, and now I'm there 2-3 times a week. But it's fun. All right, my brain's going. I'm already 10 projects ahead of myself right now, so I'm gonna let you go. Again, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not. Please tell everybody you can. We are up to 752 subscribers. Makes me really happy. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Everyone. Please check out my other playlists. I have a bunch of them. I have short videos. If you want to laugh, check out the pet videos and a couple of the people videos too, the short ones. If you would like to laugh, there's a bunch of those. If you want to learn stitch tutorials, or at least see what I've learned, I have the Homage to Crystal playlist up there. And let's see, my treasure hunts. Those are fun. See what I find when I go treasure hunting at all the thrift stores. So I've got a lot of stuff going on my channel. I also have a couple random ones, one-offs of other topics, but yeah, so stick around. Like I said, if you like crafting or anything to do with creating, we're going to get to it eventually. So, all right, it is Wednesday. I hope you have a great day. Be creative, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.